My essay is about the experience that about me in Miami when I first immigrated to this country, and it reads, "My first Lunar New Year, the first Lunar New Year I spent in Miami didn't feel like a celebration at all. Back when I was in Hong Kong, the streets would glow with the saturated red of lanterns and festive banners. The air would carry the smell of festive foods, and the city would pulse with excitement. Family gatherings, exchanging red pockets with money that symbolized wealth and luck, snapping firecrackers. The celebration was too prominent for anyone to ignore, as the entire city moved concertedly to welcome the new year." Lunar New Year? What is that? Lunar New Year did not exist in my neighborhood. That was the response when I tried to tell someone that it was the Lunar New Year. On a day off, the sky was dull and gray, as if even it had forgotten that what the day had carried. In school, the hallways were filled with the usual noise of students hurrying to class, oblivious to the weight the day carried for me. There were no red banners, no well wishes, just another ordinary day. I was lonely at school. My classmates spoke Spanish, and their rapid conversation formed a wall I could not break through. At times when I attempted to talk, whether it is about school or the festival, their confused expression made me want to retreat further into myself. What does it mean to celebrate something when no one around you recognized it? I found myself questioning whether my traditions still matter if they exist only in my memories. My mother, having sensed my unusualness, decided to introduce her culture into our new home. Despite her limited English, not to say Spanish, she knocked on our neighbor's door with the red banner in hand. She smiled warmly. "Lunar New Year," she said. She gestured towards the decoration and pressed on. "Good luck. Happy New Year," she attempted. Seeing that there was a confusion, she mimicked the act of hanging the banner and pointed at the sky. "Lucky," she repeated. "Ah, suerte, lucky. For New Year?" Mrs. Cruz replied with Spanish-infused English. She had moved from Mexico not long ago. My mother beamed, nodding rigorously. The following morning, I woke up to see Mrs. Cruz's front porch getting flooded with the red banners. A victory. Soon, word spread, and more people approached us with the curiosity regarding the decorations. We spent time explaining the tradition, the symbolism of red for prosperity, the giving of red envelopes, and the importance of family gatherings, all of which highlighted the significance of the tradition. Many neighbors joined in, dyeing their house red with the banners. They also shared their own traditions with us, how their families celebrated Dia de los Muertos or the Vikings Day, and we recognized many common grounds within our shared reference for ancestors, family, and prosperity. It was the beginning of something greater. By the following year, red banners were hung on more homes. Some neighbors even learned to say 恭喜发财 or 新年快乐, which means Happy New Year and wish you a wealthy year. Mrs. Cruz made tamales and brought them over while my mother's prepared dumplings. We blended our traditions and enjoyed the fusion. I no longer felt so isolated. My traditions had found a home in America, not by replacing others, but by growing alongside them. This experience is the epitome of American society. Immigrants carry rich traditions that shape and enhance the cultural landscape in America. According to statistics from the Pew Research Center, immigrants and their descendants will account for 88% of the U.S. population growth through 2065. This demographic shift will lead to more fusion of customs, languages, and celebrations. Examples include festivals like Diwali and the Lunar New Year. This once niche observance are now celebrated in cities across the country. This mosaic of culture strengthened America and turned it into a place where different backgrounds coexist and enrich one another. Sharing traditions is not just about preserving cultural identity. It also promotes understanding and unity. A study by the National Immigration Forum found that communities with strong immigrant integration programs lead to experience lower crime rates, higher economic growth, and greater civic engagement. When people share their customs, they break down barriers of misunderstanding and prejudice. Food, music, and celebration become bridges between cultures, turning strangers into close-knit friends and fostering a sense of belonging. My experience in Miami taught me that cultural exchange is not just about holding on to the past. It's about shaping the future. Lunar New Year in my old neighborhood transformed from an unknown tradition into a shared celebration, demonstrating how immigrants not just assimilate into America. They redefine what it means to be American. This openness to cultural exchange is what makes the country unique. It is why you can find sushi restaurants next to taco stands, hear different language spoken on a single street, and see people from all backgrounds celebrating holidays that are not their own. Years later, when I look back on that first Lunar New Year in America, I no longer feel the sting of isolation. Instead, I remember that the red banners that stick to the wall with written blessings, a testament to the power of cultural sharing. I remember my mother's determined smile as she bridged a gap with nothing but kindness and broken English. And I remember how there was something as simple as a holiday. I found my place in a new area, not by abandoning my own roots, but by planting them in new soil and watching them grow alongside others. Thank you.